Turn 1. You should be travelling at about 160 miles per hour in a GT car in 6th gear before you brake hard just before the 100-metre board for this bumpy, sweeping right-hand bend. Usually taken in 3rd gear at about 85 miles per hour. This corner demands that you balance the car on the throttle and be ready at all times to adjust your line if you begin to run wide or lose grip over the bumps. The corner seems to go on much longer than you expect, so be careful not to get on the power too early, as this will require you to ease off as you will run wide. Take a small amount of curb at the apex and allow the car to run back out to the left as you feed in the power. Short shift to 4th and prepare to move over to the right on the descent towards turn 2. Turn 2. You approach this tricky left-hand corner from the right-hand side of the track. Most drivers tend to take this corner in 3rd gear low revs to assist traction on the exit, and the ideal line includes some curbing on the left. It can also be taken in 2nd gear, however. Braking is difficult here for 2 reasons. First, the washboard bumps in the braking zone are quite severe, and second, this is a downhill, slightly off-camber corner. Brake slightly earlier than you think you should, turn in progressively and balance the car on the throttle. Feed the power in gently on the exit, but be careful, there are some nasty bumps to negotiate. Do not allow the car to run out too wide to the right. This will aid your entry into turn 3, which will be on you almost immediately. Turn 3 is a tight right-hand bend that leads onto a long straight with genuine overtaking possibilities, so you want to be in a position to accelerate as early and as hard as possible to maximise the opportunity. Brake at the beginning of the curbing on the left, keep low revs in 3rd gear and drop to 2nd and swing the car in towards the apex. Take some curbing on the right, then progressively put the power down, grab 4th gear and use as much of the track and the curbing on the left as you need. Turn 4 is approached at about 150 miles per hour downhill and leads almost straight away into turn 5, 6, 7 and 8. These corners are almost identical to one another, and you should try to get into a rhythm and carry as much momentum as you can through the series. Generally, you'll need to take about 70 miles per hour through each in a GT car. A well-balanced car with nimble suspension settings are essential here to allow for the quick deviations in attitude and direction. If you stray too far offline at any point, you'll lose a bundle of time. Brake hard just before the 100-metre board, drop down the gearbox to 2nd gear, turn in tightly right, taking lots of curb at the apex, and on the exit allow the car to swing out to the curbing on the left. Turn 5. Turn in progressively in 2nd gear, use plenty of curbing on the right at the apex, but don't feed in any more power. Balance is the watchword here. After the apex, allow the car to run wide out to the left and then almost immediately flick right in preparation for turn 6. Turn 6. Turn in sharply in 2nd gear. Slow the car slightly to about 65 miles per hour. Clip the apex curbing and then allow the car to run out to the curbing on the right. Grab 3rd gear and accelerate briefly before braking for turn 7. Turn 7. Brake at the beginning of the curbing on the right, turn in smoothly towards the apex, and take plenty of curb. On the exit, allow the car to run out to the right, and then almost immediately flick left in preparation for turn 8. Turn 8. Turn in progressively in 2nd gear, take plenty of curb at the apex, feed the power in gently, grab 3rd and then accelerate hard all the way towards turn 9. Try to get on the power hard and smooth as the next turn represents an excellent overtaking opportunity. Turn 9 is a very tricky and bumpy downhill right-hander. Brake hard from 5th gear at the 100-metre marker, turn in crisply, shaving off excess speed with a subtle throttle lift if you need to, and grab 3rd, then 4th to assist traction just after the apex. Aim for the marshal's post number 16 on the exit. Turn 10. You need to use the full width of the track for this difficult uphill left-hand bend. Brake just before the marshal's hut. Drop down to 3rd, carrying about 75 miles per hour through the apex. On the exit, stay left in preparation for turn 11. Turn 11 is taken in 3rd gear at about 75 miles per hour. Take some curbing at the apex on the right, swing the car out to the left and put the power down as early and as hard as traction allows you to. Climb steeply uphill towards turn 12. Turn 12 is a blind 3rd gear corner that demands precision braking. You brake well after the 100-metre marker from 5th gear. Drop down 2 gears and turn in crisply. Carry about 75 to 80 miles per hour through the apex. and compromise the exit speed by not running too wide to the right to aid your entry speed and line into the final turn. Turn 13. From the left, turn in towards the apex in 3rd gear at about 75 miles per hour. Once through the apex, short shift to 4th and accelerate as hard as you can, allowing the car to swing out to the curbing on the left. By the end of the exit curbing, you should have grabbed 5th gear and be travelling at about 120 miles per hour as you flash past your pit box and approach the start-finish line.